Hello, it's Deborah from the attic, and today I've got the latest Your Creative Studio kit. I always love these kits, they're so much fun because they're just packed with all sorts of goodies for journaling. I absolutely love it. So the card usually is a little hint for what's on the inside, and this says, do you like to keep physical tickets as a piece of memory in your journal? Yes, I do. I keep all sorts of little tickets in there. It's like a key to open up a door of a particular memory. That sounds like this is going to be a really nice kit based on tickets and memories. I always try really carefully not to rip too much of the tissue paper because, as you probably know, I keep tissue paper and I use it. Sometimes I use it immediately in projects that are inspired by this kit. Sometimes I just hang on to it because you never know when a little bit of tissue paper is going to be just what you need. So let's see what we have in here. And I'm going to take this out of the box so it's easier for me to show you it. Let's start with the papers. These are all to do with places and travel. Lots there for Paris. And they are double-sided, which is really useful. And I love that colour scheme, really nice, vintagey colour scheme. So there are 5 papers. Oh wow. I love these tickets. These are stickers. These are made by Amanda as she produces these kits. They're great. So they're little stickers that you can stick straight onto your projects. And there are 6 of those. This is tape. Let's have a look at this, because these all look like they are tickets. And I think they are rippable little individual tickets. So you can pull them off the reel, you can keep them together, joined up on the reel, or you can separate them using that perforation. Isn't that cool? So they look like individual tickets. I love those. They're great. This is a nice thick wad of what would look like fantastic travel tickets. They've got Chinese writing on them, I presume that's Chinese, and there's loads of those. Ah, that's gorgeous. That's a little bookmark, and it's got the Eiffel Tower in it in Paris. Let me take that out of the packaging so it doesn't shimmer at you. That's really pretty, really delicate. Lovely little bookmark. And it's really flat as well. There's no bulk to that, so that's going to sit really nicely on a journal page. I want to show you this thin washi tape. This is so useful because it's so thin, and this is my my sort of ideas and practice journal, where I put all sorts of things that I've done. And what I like about this width of tape is that it goes in perfectly, is that it fits beautifully inside these little dots on my page. All of these dots are 5mm apart, and this is a 5mm piece of washi tape, and it's brilliant for dividing up your page. And because it's white or cream around the outside, it's actually the image in the centre there that really stands out. That's a terrific size. There are 2 stamps. I'm going to save these till last. Let's look at this little notebook again. Oh wow. Wow. These are gorgeous. So these are parchment tickets. And there's loads of them. Isn't that just gorgeous? And there are some blanks as well, so maybe we could stamp onto those. They're just lovely. There's so many different kinds. These are fabulous, and they're all in a really cute little folder. Love those. These are loads and loads of little notes. They're just lovely. And there are so many different ones. Oh, love those. So it says on the front that there are 30 pieces. That's the backing card. Harrisburg Telegraph, a receipt book. And on this side as well. That is really good, really lovely. There's so much in these kits. It's why they are my favourite, I think. Okay. I think this looks like this is going to be larger pieces of ephemera. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. It's just like vintage paper. That's so nice. And it looks as if it's folded. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it looks as if it's been folded about here, because you can see a slight difference in the printing, and that just makes it look so real, very authentic. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? So there are many different types. It looks as if there are 2 of different types, and they're mostly, I think they might all be French, which is just glorious. These are lovely, and there's all the texture in the paper as well. Oh, I really like when they have these the old vintage style stamps, you know, when something has been received or paid for. And the date on this here, it's the 31st of December 1936. So that's and that's 1916 that these have been reprinted from. So these are great. This is the final little packet before we get to the stamps. Ah, that's another. Ah, it's this has got perforations here, so this is like a little receipt book, I guess. You can fold it over and you can just rip away this part of the page. Let's get to the stamps. This is lovely. So this is a ticket. This says bus services, one-way ticket, admit 1. These are lovely. So I'm going to take this out of its little box and I'll stamp it up so you can see it. In fact, I think I'll stamp it on here. I'll just grab a Stays-On ink. Oh, it's fabulous. That's really good actually, because the lines are very clear, very crisp. That's a really good stamp. While I've got the ink out, let's have a look at this stamp here. Ah, this is the same as this. This matches the thing I'm actually going to stamp it onto. Again, that's really nice and crisp. I don't know if you can see it, but how crisp the little tiny letters come out there. Again, that's a really good stamp. These are so useful, these sorts of stamps, for adding texture and a little bit of interest to your projects. There's always so much to use in these kits. I'm constantly amazed at just how much you get in these. They're wonderful. And so, because I have my journal book, I'm going to put together a little journal page, and I'll just put on some music in the background so you can just watch and see how I pull it together. Do go and have a look on the website for your creative studio. There are subscriptions available for these kits and the price is very reasonable and the shipping is very reasonable as well. I've got notes below the video all about it, but for full information go and visit the website. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell beside the subscribe button so that you know every Friday is when I load new videos and you'll get a little reminder. Thank you for your time, and until we meet again, take care.